Our lesson today is going to be pattern suns. We're going to be using a variety of lines and patterns to create a very cute sun. You'll have the option of adding a bunch of color or changing the sun to make it your own. I hope you enjoy this project. Let's get started. Pattern is a repeated line, shape, or color. So anytime you repeat one of those elements of art, you create a pattern. Our learning goal today is I can use lines and patterns to create a work of art. And then our last vocabulary term at the bottom is line, a mark or point that moves in a space. Some examples of lines are vertical lines. They go up and down. Horizontal lines, side to side. Diagonal lines are slanted. Curvy lines have to have a curve. And then you have zigzag lines, which has to have the points. Let's get started on the artwork. The materials for this project, you will need paper and pencil. Also, you may want to use crayons, colored pencils, watercolor paint if it's available, and scissors. Okay, so to begin our pattern suns, you want to find something that you can use as a round stencil. For instance, maybe in the kitchen you have a bowl or something small around. You also could use a cup. What you want to do is you want to take this will make the perfect circle for the middle of our sun. You're going to place it in the middle of your paper. Notice my circle isn't so large that it takes up the whole paper. I want to make sure that it's in the middle, but I have room for the rays of the sun around the outside. So you don't want it to be too big. Once you have that, you are going to place your hand on, make sure you hold it steady, and you're just going to take a pencil and trace around the edge of the bowl. And you lift that up, and now you have a nice circle for the middle of your sun. So the beginning of this, we are just gonna design a cute face to put on your sun. You could have the eyes open, you could have the eyes shut, you can make a huge smile with teeth, you can make a closed smile, it's really up to you. For me, for this one, I'm gonna do the eyes closed, and I'm going to just do simple shapes. I'm just gonna create a line, a curved line, and I'm gonna make a U shape, which makes it look like the eyes are closed. And then I think I wanna add some eyelashes. So I'm just going to add some lines. These are straight lines. Some of them are diagonal, some of them are vertical. And I'm gonna kind of create some eyelashes. Next, I want to make a smile. And I think for this one, since it's kind of sleepy, maybe have eyes shut, I'm gonna make a closed smile. I'm gonna add some cheeks later and just make it kind of happy. And I think I'm gonna do a little oval nose right in the middle. So very simple. Don't make it too detailed because we are gonna trace with crayons later. Then here comes the pattern part. You are going to design the rays around your sun using a pattern. Now you could use any pattern you want. I'm gonna use simple lines to create my pattern. There's a lot of different variety for this. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a shape using lines, and then I'm going to create a pattern by doing a different shape. So here we go. So what I'm gonna do for mine, I'm going to make a triangle, and then I'm going to make this long kind of swirly come out of the middle. After that, I wanna do another triangle and make another long swirl. And I'm gonna do this all the way around, creating the rays of the sun. And as I go, I wanna make sure I'm doing the triangle swirl. I'm keeping my pattern going. This would be an A-B pattern. Going all the way around, there's my swirl. This one I make a little longer. And then my last swirl right here in the front. So now I have the rays to the sun going all the way around. So once I have my basic design, I can go back and look and see if I want to add anything else before I do the color patterns and the outline. I'm pretty happy with what I've got so far. I am gonna add some details with crayons, and I'm gonna be using colorful crayons first, and then after that, I'm going to be using a black crayon to create the outline. So here it goes. So you can see I added some color, I added a little bit more pattern, and then I also outlined the whole sun and the rays, including the eyes, nose, and mouth. The last two steps of this project are to paint the sun, and that's optional if you have watercolor paint. If you do not have watercolor paint, you could color it in with crayons, you could use colored pencils, you could leave it just like this, and that would be wonderful. I'm gonna be using watercolor paints, and I'm just gonna be using some warm colors. I'm gonna be using yellow, orange, and a little bit of red orange to add the background for the sun. And then the final step, which is also optional, if you have scissors, I like to cut this out in a round shape. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. I'm gonna be using watercolors and blending the watercolors with some water. You'll watch me do that, and then at the very end, you're gonna let it dry and then cut it out. So I hope you enjoyed the sun project. It's a super cute one. You could do the sun in many different ways with different faces and create a whole bunch. Show me what you have. I'd love to see it. Have fun.